Hello and welcome back to Dreambound. Yeah, we're still in what I think is a flashback after school now. Let's just get right back into the story. The air outside was still warm and the sun beat down on their faces. The smell of late spring gently soared with the wind. Each step felt like it took great effort. As Noah gripped onto his chest, he wondered if he was starting to get sick. Needs something to break the ice. Kane doesn't look like he's going to say anything. Think, brain, think. So, what kind of things are you into? Noah stood between Kane and August, but all of his attention was directed at the newcomer. I don't really think I'm into anything very interesting. Your hobby is way cooler. We've moved around so much, I never got into any clubs or anything, but I do like reading and taking photos. That's cool. I like reading too. Since when? Since always, Kane. I can't remember the last time I saw you pick up a book. I do have a life outside of when you see me, you know. What, really? He feigned shock, but Noah just rolled his eyes and looked back towards August, who was laughing at their antics. You two are really good friends, huh? I'm probably the only person who could put up with him. I'd say it's the other way around. Maybe we should have walked home without you. We'd all be walking the same way anyway. That'd be a little awkward. Whatever. I do like reading, so that's cool. And you like taking photos too? Yeah, my dad's been teaching me a little. Cool. I didn't realize you were so into photography too, Noah. Will you just shut up already? To be honest, I'm nowhere near as good as my dad is. Anyway, it's a little embarrassing only talking about me. What about you, Kane? Me? His only interests are good food and his own looks. Hey! Tell me I'm wrong? I like cooking, and just because I use a moisturizer doesn't make me obsessed with myself. Who uses moisturizer? Don't worry, I do too. Thank you. Come on, hydrate that skin. Well, I guess it's not that bad. Maybe I should try it. You already have such clear skin. You're really lucky. No, I think yours is a lot nicer. Oh, we can show August the shortcut. Kane smiled, interrupting the conversation. Oh yeah, good idea. The shortcut? It's easier to show you, but if you take a left up ahead, there's a shortcut through the mountain that leads to behind Noah's house. And yours now. Really? That's amazing. It's not that much shorter, but it's kinda pretty, I guess. Since when did you find nature pretty? Since none of your business? With a laugh, they made a turn into the greenery and left behind the sounds of civilization. All that banter. Very cute. Okay, that is a nice way home. Unless maybe it's raining and those rocks get too slippery. As the sound of traffic dimmed, so too did the sound of the wilderness begin to settle around the trio. August looked around in wonder, with wide eyes. It's beautiful. This really is a beautiful town. I'm sure you've lived in much cooler places than out here. Nothing ever happens, nothing ever changes. Well, I've lived in a lot of places, but nothing like this. I'm so jealous you get to see this every single day. Well, we can just walk this way together again, if you want. Not much choice if we're all walking the same way. Kane cut into the conversation, taking a few steps to walk ahead of the other two. The ground was uneven, stones that once made up a path broken and reclaimed by nature. Noah and Kane had traversed this terrain all of their lives. August, on the other hand, watched the ground carefully, cautious for anything he could trip on. The ground's a little uneven, so be careful. If you need a hand... Before Noah could even finish his sentence, August stumbled over a tree root that had forced itself out of the ground. He fell forward, straight towards the edge. With lightning speed, Noah grabbed August's hand and quickly pulled him back onto the path. Are you okay? Wow, that was close. I'm fine, I'm totally fine. I should have watched where I was going. Thank you, Noah. What would I have done without you? It's no big deal. Just be more careful. I will. Try, at least. Noah looked down to where his hand was wrapped around August's. It felt warm. Warm and comforting. He blinked a few times, staring at the place they had connected. Oh, sorry, I got a little distracted. Obviously. Noah quickly ripped his hand away and rubbed at the back of his neck. Kane turned away from the scene and continued onwards. August, ever with a smile on his face, raced to catch up. Quick, Noah, before we get left behind! We're nearly there. See that river over there? Whoa, a river as well? Once you reach the river, you know you're nearly home. See over there? Through the trees? This really was a shortcut. In the summer you can swim there too. If I'm here in the summer, then we should go together. Finally, they found themselves in front of their houses. Kane waved the other two off and left quietly, which Noah found unlike him. Noah wanted to say something, but he couldn't think of what. Oh, Kane, can you decide between being jealous and... yeah, kind of a wingman for leaving them alone? Well, see you tomorrow? Do you want to walk to school together tomorrow? Oh, yeah, that would be cool. August smiled at him again, soft and sweet. I'm glad. See you tomorrow, Noah. Noah found himself locked in place as he watched August walk back towards his house. It was only a few minutes later he managed to snap out of it and enter his home. So smitten. Young love. Welcome home, dear. Did you have a good day at school? Yeah, it was alright. What's with that massive liquor cabinet back here? Okay. Let me take a quick look at your notes. Just want to make sure you're doing your work. Oh god. I did it. You don't need to check them. I left them at school anyway. Then bring them home tomorrow. Do you understand? Why? Do what your mother tells you to do. His father grunted from the sofa, still dressed in a suit from a hard day's work. Noah knew he couldn't argue with either of them. Fine, whatever. Did you notice someone new moved in next door? They both froze up, as if an uncomfortable subject was mentioned. Yes, unfortunately. There's a new guy in my class, actually. We walked home together. Noah, you shouldn't be spending time with someone like that. What? Why? Just listen to your mother. But why? He seems nice. My dear, you only have to look at them to realize, well, they don't exactly fit in around here, do they? How to say it? There's no woman in their house. I worry they're a little too feminine leaning themselves if the father is anything to go by. It's not a good idea for us, for you to be associated with someone like that. I don't know what you're trying to say. The boy's father turned up on our doorstep yesterday. Don't know how someone like him managed to afford a place here, but they obviously don't belong. Photography. He should be getting a real job. That's right. They don't look like they have the money to be here, so we sent him off. I don't want to be embarrassed in front of the neighbors. He came to say hi and you threw him out? Yeah, I think that's embarrassing behavior. You don't need to put it like that, dear. If the son's anything like the father, then you're to steer clear of them. Something not quite right. Wouldn't be surprised if either of them batted for the wrong team, you understand? Noah frowned at their words. But... no buts. Ugh. Upset, Noah stormed out of the room. God, they make me so angry. Understandably. Wow, Parents of the Year. Noah dropped his backpack to the floor and pulled out a sketch pad. Filled with anger, he lazily scrolled lines over a blank page. Why do they have to care so much about how they're seen? Maybe I should go apologize to them. Ugh. For some reason, one comment stuck in his head. They think August would like guys? I mean, he doesn't really seem like he would. They didn't even meet him. But it wouldn't matter if he did. I wonder if he does. His mind kept turning in circles, spinning and spinning, while his pencil dragged harshly along the paper, until finally the lead snapped. Lead? Chapter 1. A Kingdom Thinly Veiled with Gold. Alone. It was an inescapable fact. He was unlovable, detestable, undesirable. Nothing he did could help him to escape that. No matter where he went, those eyes, filled with hate, would follow him. Their gazes would burn him alive where he stood. Their words would pierce him like blades, stabbing down to his very core. His essence would darken and crumble away into nothingness. "You deserved it," they would say. "If you'd listened to us, this wouldn't have happened," they would scream. "Why couldn't you be normal?" a cry would sound. Even here, far beyond where those words could find him, he would still feel them, in his chest, in his mind, in his heart. You will always be alone. Always. No one else could love you. No one else could put up with you. So just curl up into a ball and die already. Die. Just die. Noah slowly opened his eyes. He still sat in front of his easel. On it, a new canvas, still blank. His eyes darted back towards the painting that had appeared the night before. A nightmare, disgusting, warped. A reflection of a father who would never love his son. Who could never love his son. It was beautiful. It was everything he'd ever wished for. He stood from his place, stretching out his sore shoulders. His bones creaked and ached from years of being bent over his work. Absent-mindedly, he picked up the remote and turned on the TV. Background noise. White noise to fill the void where he had been left empty. But for some reason, he found his eyes trained on the screen. We now have permission to share imagery of the strange markings that have been appearing on the bodies of the deceased. On the screen, a man laid with his eyes closed, never to reopen. Vines wrapped around his arms, trailing up to his throat and finally growing onto his face. They centered on a flower in the middle of the man's forehead. Beauty and death. This man was found in his home late last night. Previously, his wife was found in the same condition. Police are still investigating whether foul play was involved. The camera zoomed out to show the rest of the man's face. Noah froze. His eyes traveled to his painting, then back to the screen. It was his father. There was no doubt about it. Without second thought, Noah jumped to his feet and approached the TV. He held onto it tight, searching for some kind of answer. Was he sad his father was gone? No. But what I saw last night... So far, the police have not shared any leads. We'll keep you updated as the case unfolds. Is it possible? Did he die because of what happened yesterday? But that wasn't really him. Just a shadow in a dream. These words swirled around in his head, threatening to consume him. Questions surfaced one after another, but he couldn't think of a single answer. He felt as if he was going crazy. I need to talk to someone. Anyone. But who would understand? Who would care? He had nobody after all. That's not true. Kane. Noah grimaced at the thought. All he did to push him away, all he did to make him leave, and now he needed him. What did I do with my phone? Went in the garbage? He searched high and low before remembering he'd put it in the bin. With a sigh, he reached in and managed to find it. He switched it on. 11 missed calls from his father. He deleted the records and instead tried to call Kane. Your service has been disconnected. Please visit us at... Fuck. Noah hung up quickly before slamming his phone down. Bills. It was always bills. The money he'd saved was reaching its end. And still you're kinda smashing your phone? Like, how is that even so functional? Fuck, Kane. Why aren't you here when I need you? He's probably at work. Of course he is. Noah's eyes glanced towards his front door. For a moment, he wondered. Wondered what life would be like if he had a job. A family that cared. Colleagues, friends, a life. Perhaps a lover, a pet. Before he realized it, his hand was on the doorknob. His palms were sweaty and his breath shaky. I'm not scared. It's not scary. I just... hate it. At first, he wasn't scared. He withdrew because he hated it. Hated other people. Hated their fake happiness. Hated that they had futures that were taken from him. He knew they were all liars, cheats, backstabbers. But now, it had been too long. How many years since he last walked in the sunlight? Too many. Years, okay, that's... okay, I didn't realize it was that bad. Still, he turned that doorknob and stepped out into the bright light. A mirage of happiness spread before Noah. Sunlight fell upon his face. In the distance, a dark storm cloud rolled out. He raised a hand to cover his eyes, unused to the light. He thought it would feel good, the sun on his face after so long. But it didn't. It felt wasted on him. His eyes glued to the ground, Noah walked down the sidewalk, careful not to meet anyone's gaze. He wandered and wandered, every step further from his home, his comfort, making his heart beat even faster. I think I know where Kane works. I should know the way. His uneasy steps continued. A group of teenagers came barreling down the path. He held his breath as they went past, waiting for them to say something to him. Only when they had long passed could he breathe again. He walked, and then walked some more, then, just for good measure, walked further. At this point, he was sure he'd been walking in circles. Every street, every shop, every house looked like the last. He thought he knew where Kane worked, but he didn't. As it turned out, he knew very little about Kane anymore. Overwhelmed with the sights and sounds, he crouched down to the ground, covering his face with his arms. At that exact moment, the heavens opened. Noah was torn between staying where he was and running to find cover, but in the end, his legs wouldn't move. Couldn't. They made the decision for him. I'm so stupid. Fuck, why did I leave? If I just waited, he would have come over eventually. It's all just a stupid coincidence. My parents' death, the markings on my dad's forehead, it means nothing. Kane would just laugh at me if he could see me now. A group of businessmen walked by him, chatting and laughing. Noah couldn't help but look away, embarrassed by himself. Look at him. Do you think he's homeless? That or a druggie. Better stay away. They laughed at him. He thought he was used to those words. But they still hurt. Noah looked up just in time to lock eyes with the one person he was hoping to see. You guys go on ahead. Kane's gonna go buy some drugs. Good luck, man. Wow, rude. Kane ignored the others and jogged over to where Noah was still crouched on the pavement. He quickly tipped his umbrella to cover Noah. Noah, what are you doing out here? What's wrong? Kane, I was looking for you. You should have called. It's just lucky I happened to be walking past. My phone's dead. Didn't pay the bill. Right. Sorry, I should have guessed. My parents are dead. What? Kane's face hid all the words he couldn't think to say. Noah, I'm so sorry. I know you didn't have the best relationship, but... How do you feel? About them being dead? Nothing. Even if you hate them, I'm sure you're not feeling nothing right now. I can't even say I hate them. It's been too long. It just... burnt out. I don't have the energy to hate them anymore. Noah. With a frown, Cain helped Noah to his feet, brushing off his clothes. Let me walk you home. We can talk on the way, okay? Noah nodded, unsure of where to start. It's not just about them being dead, it's how they died. This might sound crazy, but the world collapsed around them. And as they disappeared, someone else stepped into the place they'd just been. There he was, the guy with the most interesting design here yet. So curious. Falling. That familiar feeling that could be felt in the pit of Noah's stomach. That feeling he hated. Just when he thought he'd be stuck in that limbo forever, he suddenly stopped. Fields rolled on for miles and miles, a landscape that, while entirely natural, looked anything but. Noah stood up from the grass. Beside him, Cain did the same. What the... Where are we? Cain's eyes were wide as he searched around the landscape for anything he could recognize. Of course, he couldn't find anything, because this wasn't a place he'd ever been before. It was far removed from the reality Cain knew. This is... Before Noah could begin to explain, his arms were suddenly ripped from his side and shoved roughly behind his back. 2 clicks sounded, and they were locked behind him. Trespassers this far into the kingdom? We best throw them straight into jail. If the king finds out, he'll be furious. Jail? King? I think you misunderstand. We're just... Silence! A guard pushed him forward, causing Cain to stumble. Noah noticed his arms were also handcuffed behind his back. We're not from here. This is a mistake. Shut up, vermin. Noah, start explaining. We're inside someone's dream. I had really assumed that only Noah could enter the dreams. Interesting. Have you eaten something funny? Look, I know I sound insane, but just look around you. Do you really think I'm lying? Do you think I have the energy to lie to you right now? You brought us here? No, I didn't. And that's what I'm so confused about. I don't want to be here. I wouldn't choose to come here, but lately I've been dragged into dreams repeatedly without choice. It never used to happen like this. Cain's face had long since drained of color. The guards continued to march forward, pushing them towards the castle. They ignored the words of the men dressed in strange clothes, deciding they were obviously crazy. Then, by "it never used to happen like this," you mean... Ever since we were in high school, I've been able to do it. To enter dreams. How? Why? I don't know. I have no clue. Why didn't you tell me? Why do I have to tell you everything? Kane looked away, hurt by his words. How do we leave? You can leave once the dreamer is happy for you to leave. Then what do we do? What happens if they're not happy? Then they wake up and we... I don't know. Die, I guess. Excuse you? Which wouldn't be the worst thing to happen. Noah, I'm not going to die in a place like this. Then we better work out whose dream this is. Well, maybe I could if my arms weren't handcuffed. Hey, let us go. They marched Kane and Noah into the castle as the two struggled against their captors. Okay, weird. The corridors twisted and turned, filled with darkness and stale air. Their footsteps echoed through the empty space as they walked between sets of bars. Noah glanced from cell to cell. In some, the people moved, skulking about in the shadows, tracking their movements. In others, Noah would have been surprised if the inmates weren't already long dead. Skin hung from their bodies, much too scrawny to support their lives any longer. Goody. They laid in their cells, unmoving. Noah, this doesn't feel like a dream. This feels real. Because we're actually here. Our bodies aren't in the real world anymore. What? What? The bodies? I would have thought it's more of like a Matrix kind of thing. That if you die in the dream, you die in the real world as well, because your body cannot be without a mind, that kind of thing. But your actual body is in the dream? Okay. Huh. The guards finally stopped their march, pulling on Kane and Noah's handcuffs. The metal bit into their wrists, leaving deep red marks that ached. Go ahead and rot in there. The handcuffs fell from their wrists with a click, and their backs were shoved hard with a blunt object. The hilt of a sword, Noah guessed. They stumbled forward, landing in a cell. The bars were swiftly slammed behind them, and the door locked with a key. Hey, don't we get a trial or something? Don't ignore me. Hey, come back here. Crap. Behind them, they hung the keys from a hook, just out of reach of the cell. As if to tease them with freedom. Shit. Noah, this isn't good. You don't say. Noah cast his eyes around the cell until they came into contact with something. No, not something. Someone. A man sat leaning against the stone wall, chains keeping him from moving. Every cell in Noah's body froze. Not him. Why does it have to be him? Kane's eyes followed Noah's before they settled on the man. Is that Mr. Floyd? Sure looks like it. So, is it his dream? Probably. Do you want me to... I'll handle it. Wait, before either of us do any handling, can we talk for a minute? Sure, because we have the time to spare. Just a minute, please. Noah crossed his arms, waiting for the questions to start. Why were we pulled in here out of nowhere? I have no clue. Like I said, it's never happened like this before. Every other time, it was by choice. Which makes yesterday even stranger. What about yesterday? Noah weighed it up in his mind, wondering whether he should tell Kane or not. Eventually, he decided to tell him the truth. I stopped coming into dreams years ago. Then yesterday, just like this, I was pulled into one. It was my father's dream, I think. And I saw him get shot. Then this morning, he turned up dead. What? His eyes went wide. Are they connected? I don't know. Maybe. Those markings that have been appearing. People dying in dreams. That's what I came to talk to you about. Anyway, let's just work on getting out of here, okay? Kane nodded in response. Noah slowly approached the man, one step at a time. Eventually, he looked up from the ground and stared hard at Noah. Noah? Noah flinched. Of all the people, he'd wish to see this man the least. Mr. Floyd, we need to get you out of here. Out? No. Can't leave. Won't leave. Too scared. There's nothing to be scared about. This is a dream. You have the ability to alter it as you will. Come on, let's go. No. I can't. Fine. What are you scared of? The shadowy figure. He has a gun. Alarm bells rung in Noah's mind. He looked back towards Kane, who was already frowning. No one's going to hurt you. He shook, as if he was going to burst into tears at any moment. Noah sighed. Looks like I'll have to do this the hard way. Then let me help you. You'll help me? After everything? Yes. Just stay there while I work out how to get you unbolted. Then we'll leave together. Wait, Noah. I want to Noah turned his back, uninterested where the conversation was going. I don't have any use for your apologies. If it were up to me, I would leave you here to rot. But Kane doesn't deserve to share that fate. Get him unbolted and get the door unlocked. This should be interesting. What do? We get him out of here, then we'll be able to leave. You make that sound way too easy. Oh, it won't be. We're in a hurry too. If he wakes up... Right. Let's look around. Escape! Now in the escape room section, it seems. Okay, can I do a quick save here, just to be sure? I'm not sure if we have any dead ends, but okay, we can first look at everything, right? The bars. Outside the bars, various voices could be heard. Some were barely more than whispers, fleeting words never to be discovered. Others were screams and shouts, the sound of those never to be released, begging for freedom. Even if these people aren't real, this isn't right. Unless you feel like staying here with them, we need to get out of here. That's all well and good to say, but there's a thick set of bars stopping us from leaving. Oi, be quiet in there. A guard walked past, bashing the hilt of his sword against the metal bars. Noah and Cain jumped back in surprise. Seeing someone with a sword wasn't on my bingo card for the day. Just outside the bars, the keys hung on a hook by a rope, out of reach. The rope trailed down to the group, begging to be pulled on. The keys are hanging right there. If we could just reach them. From this far away, maybe there's something in here we could use to grab it. I suppose it'll be more difficult than that, though. Hey, what's that? Cain pointed towards the ground outside of the bars, where a piece of paper sat. That wasn't there before. Quickly, grab it. Okay, paper. Looking back and forth quickly for any more guards, Noah peered at the paper that had been dropped outside the cell. Stretching his arm between the metal bars, Noah reached out far enough to touch it with his fingertips. Cain watched over his shoulder, inspecting the newly acquired item. It's... a schedule? Looks like it. Okay, schedule. William, 7 to 1. Edward, 4 to 8. Herd? Dirt? Bird? What is it? 2 to 6. And Ralph, 1 to 7. Okay. 7 till 1, 4 till 8, 2 till 6, 1 till 7. Oh, don't make me do math. But who knows what time it is now anyway? Maybe it means something. Let's just hope the guards won't be breathing down our necks while we're trying to, you know, escape. Beyond the barrier, keeping the three inside the cell from freedom, a hollow noise sounded, metallic in nature. A shiver ran down Noah's back as it echoed through the prison, the source unknown. Yeah. For now, let's just take another look around. Okay, a lot of stuff really. Wall engravings. Noah knelt down to the ground by the wall, peering at something that had been scratched into the stone. There's something here. Let me take a look. Kneeling down by Noah's side, he glanced at the numbers marked on the wall. What exactly is that supposed to mean? Good question. Let's keep this in mind. Okay, 15, 23, 37, 46. Can we combine that paper? Don't know if that means anything right now. Okay. That's just the bars again. What's this? Ball and chains. 2 metal balls hung from the ceiling motionlessly, without even a breeze to see them sway. In a far-off cell, someone dragged their life-deprived body over the hard stone ground, slowed by the ball and chains strapped to their ankles. They collapse, the last light in their eyes finally disappearing. Maybe this is where I belong. Excuse you. Okay, bedside table. Standing proudly next to the worn-down bed was a wooden bedside table. On top, a small candle bolted to the surface. Noah approached it carefully before reaching down to touch the surface. Clean. What's in the drawer? Let's find out, shall we? Grabbing onto the handle, Noah pulled gently, but it refused to budge. Of course. I think it's locked. What kind of prison lets their prisoners have a locked drawer? This one, apparently. I suppose anything's fair game in a dream. Let's find something to unlock it. Noah turned to the chained-up man still stuck to the wall, but he refused to look back at him. Hey, what's in here? Just leave him. He obviously doesn't want to talk to us. Okay, I was hoping we could check out this book. Is this only the drawer? Okay. Box with buttons. What's this? What's that on the front? Noah turned the hexagon-shaped knobs, but nothing seemed to happen. It looks like it's missing a button. Probably no point messing with this until we can fix it. Okay, so we need a button. Maybe that's in the drawer. What about the bed? With an unsteady heart, Noah looked towards the large bed that sat in the center of the room. Pretty much what I expected a medieval prison bed to look like. Guess I'll check it, just in case. I'm not too excited about digging through someone's used bedding, though. Want me to do it? Noah blinked in surprise for a moment, before nodding. It was Kane he was with after all. He had always been the kind of person who would happily take the jobs no one else wanted to do. Doesn't seem to be much here. In the pillow? He felt through the pillowcase, his eyes going wide. Nice thinking. He pulled out something small and metallic. A screwdriver. How did he get this in here anyway? Probably watched one too many TV shows and thinks everyone has a screwdriver hidden in their cell. Well, that works for me. Hopefully he dreamed up somewhere we can use this thing too. Kane quickly handed the screwdriver over to Noah, his hand lingering on the other man's for just a moment before he pulled away. Pulled back, sorry. Well, better screwdriver than a spoon. Okay, nothing in the pot. And a dubious bucket, okay. There really is no way to get around looking at it, is there? Ugh. Holding his nose, Noah peered over the edge of the bucket. A murky liquid sat still inside. There is absolutely no way I'm putting my hand in there. Well, Idip's not. How old are you? Last time I checked, 24. Ha ha. Me being hilarious aside, do you really think there could be something hidden in there? I wouldn't put it past him. Come on guys, think of Silent Hill. Come on. Why don't we leave this as a last resort? Yeah, probably a good idea. Unless you'd rather stick your hand in there? No, let's just leave this for now. Ah, pity. Okay, so... Oh, a loose brick, okay. The room was cold, chilling the inhabitants down to their bones. The cool stone of the walls reminded them that they weren't welcome. Noah reached up and ran his fingers over them. Freezing to the touch, the moisture clung to his skin. It feels just as lifelike as I remember. You said you used to do this a lot, didn't you? Are they always like this? Like what? So hostile. I thought I saw the people around me at their worst. I thought I knew to some extent how unwanted I was. As it turned out, that was only a fraction of how they really felt. The truths people keep to themselves, the secrets they hold, the way people truly think about you. You'll find them all here. So, yes, they're all like this, in a way. Noah, not everyone is like that. Everyone that's left is like that. I wonder, will we be able to be in the dreams of, like, Cain or some of the other main characters? Huh. A stone shifted beneath Noah's palm as he ran his hand across the dark grey wall. This stone is loose. Can you pull it out? No, it's still too heavy. There must be something around we could use to break it. Let's keep looking. Alright. And Noah? I would never do anything to hurt you. You know that. Yeah, maybe. Come on. Okay, do we have anything else left? It's just the bed, bedside table, ball and chains, the brick. Numbers and the bars, right? Nothing down here. What is that? It's just a table. These hitboxes are weird. If you can call them that. Okay, so that's our inventory, just the schedule and the screwdriver. So, So for the box we still need the button. brick, I guess we can't. Because they're saying we should destroy the brick, so the screwdriver won't be enough there, but we can maybe try using it on the bedside table. I wonder if I could just force the drawer open. Here, let me have a try. Kane quickly took the screwdriver and went to work, but no matter how much he tried, it refused to budge. Jesus, what's the drawer made out of? I suppose he dreamed up a specific way to open it. Nothing else will work. Fine, let's keep looking. Okay. Okay, I'll just try to use a screwdriver with the brick. Gripping the screwdriver in his hand, Noah turned towards the loose stone brick. You're really going to go at it with that little screwdriver? You have any better ideas? Well, no, but... Fine, you might as well give it a go. He lifted the small tool and stabbed at the stone as if it were flesh. But unfortunately, it still wasn't enough. Damn it. Don't worry about it. I'm sure there's something else in here we can use. Yeah, with the way they worded it before, that did sound like we couldn't just use that. The bars. Can't really do anything with the bars here, I don't think. Bucket. Can I... The schedule... Numbers and numbers go together, maybe? But I feel like one of those two might rather have something to do with this box, but let me see. What now? Nothing. It's just a hunch, but I feel like these numbers are related to the ones on the schedule. You think? How? I haven't worked out that part yet. Yeah, me neither. Eh? What? How are you going to do it then? Oh, I just right-clicked. That makes you see more details. Okay, a schedule that was dropped outside the prison bars. William Edward Henry Ralph. 7148. Oh my. Numbers seem important. William Edward. Do the names also mean something? Okay, it's not the number of letters, I don't think. I'm just thinking because it's like four names with numbers here, and then there's 4 numbers on the wall. Doesn't have to mean anything, but 721. Oh, okay, for a second I thought it was subtraction, because 7 minus 1 would be 6, and then on the wall 1 plus 5 is 6. That doesn't make any sense with the other numbers. Huh. No, I don't think the letters of the names really mean anything. Screwdriver found in Mr. Floyd's pillowcase. However, he smuggled it into a prison no one will ever know. Okay, but what can we use a screwdriver for? I don't want to break the box. Yeah, what about this? I wonder if I could take down these weights. What for? If all else fails, we could just break down a wall. Let's leave that as a last resort. I don't want you to hurt yourself. Okay, so everything's a last resort, so... We're not... Are we on a timer? I hope we're not. But I kind of want to just... try everything with everything, you know? As you do in point and click. Rotating the box, Noah carefully checked for anything suspicious. Nothing. He could at least imagine these puzzles a little more easily cheated. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, bad. I doubt he could have hidden anything within the bed frame. Probably not worth taking it apart. Well, if we get stuck, we could always try it. Let's keep it as a last resort. I really don't want to touch that thing. That thing? The bed? Okay. Ah, that didn't work, that didn't work. That doesn't make any sense. Noah knelt down by the engravings again, his thumb passing over the indents. You would think a teacher would know not to vandalize things. He probably sat here and chipped away at the wall with a screwdriver, slowly over time. Or was it already here when the dream started? Who knows? It's been a long time since I last saw him. Yeah, me too. I wonder if he still teaches. I heard he quit after, you know. You can just say it. After he was fired because of me. It wasn't your fault. He started it with what he did. He got what he deserved. Do you ever wish something worse happened to him? Always. Noah. You know, you never told me what he said to your parents. It doesn't matter anymore. Okay. What he did. Wait. What he said to his parents. I mean, we all know it has something to do with August, right? So, what the teacher could have said to his parents would be about Noah and August, maybe? But to get him fired? There must be something more there. So I see a lock here. We cannot just pick that, I'm sure. And these numbers. Can we use that? With a screwdriver in one hand and his will to live very quickly diminishing, Noah turned towards the bucket. I guess there's no choice. What's the plan here? Unscrew it? And let the contents spill all over the floor? No. I'm just going to check if there's actually anything in there. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The screwdriver dipped into the murky liquid, deeper and deeper, until it hit something with a soft twang. There's something in there. Oh? But I'm still not sticking my bare hand in that thing. I don't know what's in there. I think I could take a guess. Please don't. Come on. What is worse? Dying and knowing your friend also dies, or just sticking your hand in a bucket? Come on. It may be gross, but still. Can I do the same thing again? Okay, it's the same. Like, can you not... I would think it's the key to the drawer, but can you not just try fishing it out with the screwdriver? Oh, that's how you unequip. Can I get it out now? Why did he have to dream about it down to a detail like this? A sniffle came from behind, and Noah tried his best to ignore it. Really? Oh, come on. There's nothing else we can use with a bucket right now. Okay, box with buttons. I mean, I don't think we can do anything with this right now, but still. Kane stared down at the piece of paper in his hands, his eyes following the letters closely. It's so strange, isn't it? What is? These names. These people. They're not even real, but they still exist here. I can't wrap my head around it. You get used to it. But sometimes even I can't tell the difference between what's real or fake. Hey, Noah? Yeah? Have you ever... Maybe it doesn't matter. Just spit it out already. Have you ever seen anyone you know here? Not for a long time. Sorry. Well, we need a key for the drawer, so... Doesn't mean anything. Sitting down the guard schedule on the bedside table, Noah glanced around the room. This dream really does suck. Of all the ones to be forced into. I thought you said they were all bad. They are, but this one is particularly bad. Okay. Like I did see this in the... I think it was in the Discord before, mentioning that it's good to do all the wrong combinations here, just to get all the dialogue, which I kind of agree with. That's how I usually also play point and click adventures, so we'll just roll with it. Okay. Noah held onto the guard schedule tightly, the feeling of the dry old paper foreign against his palm, as he stared down at the bed yet again. Nothing more than a falsehood, a fake. The feeling wasn't real, yet it was. None of it's real. I just wonder which world is more fake in the end. The room outside the cell was dark and musty. The smell of moss, like long-forgotten secrets, drifted through the air. There was something else, something more sinister, but Noah decided against taking notice of it. He looked down at the paper in his hand, skeptical. No use throwing it back out there, I suppose. No, that's not what I meant to do. Staring down at the note for any kind of clues, Noah was abruptly grabbed by the wrist. What? You nearly walked headfirst into those things. Be careful. Thanks. Yeah, thanks, boo. Noah held the paper up to the wall, staring at the writing on it. The names of those that didn't really exist, and never would. Perhaps they were reflections of real people. Perhaps they weren't. Well, I heard at some point that if you see someone in your dream, that is always someone you've seen in the real world, because your subconscious cannot make up people's faces. Not sure if that's true though. And also, how clearly do you see people's faces in your dreams? It's... right? But what difference does it make? Either way, they're the same in the end. Noah? Okay, so the note like this doesn't really help us. So it must be the screwdriver, right? The sound of gentle dripping came from somewhere down the corridor, from some far-off corner of the prison. Whether it was water or something else, no one would ever know. Noah stared down at the screwdriver in his hand, feeling the weight in his palm. What are you thinking? You still good at sport? Noah, the last time I did any sport was years ago. Right. You want to throw the screwdriver and hope you knock down the keys? Honestly, I don't know what I was thinking. We might need the screwdriver somewhere else. If it comes down to it, I'll give it a shot later. Okay? Did we already try everything with everything now? Well, maybe not the schedule with the bucket. Why? So, Noah? What? Kane balled up the piece of paper in his hand, a habit of his when he became anxious about something. I was just thinking, you know... No, I don't know. I was just thinking that it's nice to see you a little more... active. What's that supposed to mean? I just mean that this is the first time you've left your house in... how long? And that's none of your business. I'm just happy, alright? I've wanted this for you for so long. For me to be stuck in a prison chatting over a dirty bucket. Well, not exactly. Still, it's a step in the right direction. Yeah, whatever. I didn't have a choice this time, but I won't be doing this again. But why not? I don't want to move on. Noah, I'm not saying you have to move on completely or forget about him, but I said I don't want to. Right. Oof, okay. I think we did everything. Did I do this? On the wall? Yeah, okay. Okay. Do I maybe have to do some things twice, or look at them again? Or can I... No, I cannot open my inventory like that. 1523. Okay, so is it a math puzzle? Because then to get from 1523 is 8. Oh god. 14. 9. 29. 8, 12, 8, 8. What? 7 to 1. If it really is time. Wait. If it really is time, then that's 6. No, I already thought about that before. Wait, that's 4. The two, like the numbers on the wall and this doesn't necessarily have to mean they're connected, does it? No. I think one of them is more connected to this box. But now I do feel a little stuck. So can we do the last resort thing? I know it's still... if we get stuck, yeah. Oh boy. Can I... No, okay, I cannot combine things within the inventory. So... yeah, no, that doesn't help me, does it? Or am I missing something? Side table. Bucket. I still want to grab the bucket. I mean, what else is there to do with it? Like, it cannot be there just for them to talk about it, right? Anything else beyond the bars? I don't think so. Okay, now I'm really not sure anymore what to do. I do have a walkthrough downloaded just in case that I do get stuck. It almost seems like it, but I mean, what else am I supposed to do? I already clicked on everything, right? Oh, wow, now you're showing me this. Thank you. Okay, it also has a hint system. That's nice. Ah, okay. Yeah, so I think the schedule does have to do with this puzzle, because this is like times, right? But with the moon? Oh boy. Oh boy. Is that new dialogue? The clinking of metal on metal continued in the background, ever present. Somewhere in the prison, a whip dug into the flesh of an inmate. The scream was inaudible. Okay, so we just click on things again. Month-old sweat marks littered the dirty bedding, soon to be lost in the abyss between dreams, destined to only ever hold one. And that's probably a good thing too. Next time, dream up a cleaner bed. Nothing. Don't worry about it. Decided to dig around in this bed after all? No. I think I'll leave that to the experts. Namely, you. Okay, can we do it again? No. Okay, so we're just looking at things again, huh? So that's how it is. How what is? The ball and chains hanging from the ceiling. They line up perfectly with that loose brick. Really? Okay. Nice job. I hadn't noticed. Same. Let's give it a go. With some effort, Noah pulled the heavy ball back as far as he could and let it go. It sailed through the air before crashing into the brick, smashing it to pieces. Good job. Is it going to be a problem that it's loud? Probably. Thanks. Initially excited, Noah frowned to himself before he composed his face. I mean, it's no big deal. We just gotta get out of here. You still did a good job. There's nothing wrong with being happy about that. This isn't the place to be happy. There's nothing wrong with happiness. Yeah, don't be a tsundere about it. Oh god, a metal grate, okay. Behind the crumbled remains of the loose brick was a thick metal grate held on tight by 4 screws. Can you see what's behind it? Noah peered in, with no luck. Nope. We'll have to get this grate off. Well, great that we have a screwdriver then. With precision, Noah raised the screwdriver to the 4 screws in the corners of the grates, quickly removing it from the wall. I knew that screwdriver would come in useful eventually. But what's behind this grate? What's this behind the grate? A strange box, okay. Noah and Kane approached the hole in the wall to find a small square box. Tentatively, Noah reached out and picked it up. He turned it around in his grasp. There didn't seem to be anything noteworthy on its surface, except for 4 unmarked buttons on the front. What is this supposed to be? Good question. He pressed a few of the buttons, but nothing eventful happened. Do you think we have to press them in the right order? Probably. Nothing's easy. How are we meant to guess? It could be anything. There should be a clue somewhere in the room. That's how dreams usually work. Hopefully. Kane nodded in response, his eyes caught on the small box. Or we could try to smash it? And if it has something breakable in it? Right. Well, I'm sure we have half a brain between us. We can work it out. Speak for yourself. Can I look at it properly? Oh, just 4 buttons. Okay. Okay, I think this is then this wall thing. this must be for the box. Okay, okay. So, if we need the order, so if I'm thinking that's a math puzzle and I'm going 1 plus 5 is 6. Okay, 6, 8, 10, 10. Then that still doesn't tell me which one goes first. Or is it... Like, this needs another clue, and I don't want to use the hint system just yet. But it doesn't seem obvious to me yet. Maybe if you multiply? But then it's still... it's always like the same order. I mean, does it matter if I just try? Nope. Let me just try this, though I don't really think they're connected. Noah stared hard at the numbers that graced the guard's schedule, his eyes almost boring holes into the sheet of old parchment. This must be connected. Really? I don't know about that. Because it's talking about a schedule, so I would rather think that this is connected to the other box. Because that one has the sun and the moon on it, so it's times. No. I don't know. It's just so weird that this is so blank, you know? This doesn't really tell me anything. Huh. Okay, I want to try looking at stuff another time first. Okay, the bars. The murmuring of voices continued unrelentlessly outside the bars, nothing more than the muttering belonging to those soon to be forgotten. Okay. And please, can we just stick our hand in the bucket? Okay, no. But why not? Come on. Is there anything else here besides the box? No, of course not. Screwdriver with a box won't do anything, I'm sure. Noah picked up the box, rotating it around once again in his palm. In his other hand, he gripped the screwdriver that Kane had found, ready to use it if he could. Any luck? Nope. There doesn't seem to be any screws on it. Nothing except for the 4 buttons on the front. Where there's a puzzle, there must be an answer. Let's keep thinking about it. Yeah, I have. Huh. Okay, so we shouldn't just smash it, obviously. Yeah, this only really makes sense to me with the schedule, unless I'm overthinking it. But this, I'm thinking, must be for this box up here. But how? Like, Noah keeps saying this must be connected, but is that true, or is that just like, oh yeah, it has to be some way like I'm saying, someone who has no idea. I don't know. I'm not sure if I should use a hint already. I feel like I should think about it longer. The iron balls still stayed motionless and opposing. Okay. Nothing more to do with these, right? We still have the screwdriver though. But I guess I wouldn't discard items just because they're not useful anymore. So really we have only the schedule and everything that's still stuck in here. What do? So we need a key, we need a button, we need to know in which order to open this. And eventually get the keys from outside the bars. Well, I already recorded like for as long as I planned, so I think I'm going to leave it here and try to think a bit more about these puzzles. Like, worst case, I'll try out some hints or maybe even the guide. But I think for now I want to, yeah, just end it here. I think we also still have a while more to go. And yeah, just continue with this next time. No hints, please. I want to figure it out for myself if I can. Yeah, worst case I will look at the walkthrough, but no spoilers. Yeah, so that's it for today. Thank you for watching. No tips, but let me know if you figured this out. If maybe I'm just dumb and not noticing something, or if you're also kind of lost. Yeah. As always, let me know your thoughts down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and until next time. Bye bye.